Elder Gongsun's residence. Got it, ha ha ha, I won again. Miss Lien, are you here to give me money since you learned that a thief broke into my house? You have lost to me 9 times, which is quite embarrassing. You are always joking around, Miss Gongsun. A thief sneaked into my house too. It's clear that you guys gang up on me. Let's switch players. Let Huazhang and Zhanghua play a couple of rounds. Oh my, do you think I would deceive you? That's just heartless. How many good ideas have I given you before? Haha, thank you then. Well, I was so absorbed in playing Mahjong that I didn't even notice you were here, Mr. Xie. Miss Lien, it's been a while. Miss Gongsun said that this game called Mahjong was taught to her by you. I must say it's quite entertaining. Can I bring it back to my dream house, Mr. Xie? Of course. You can. Beep, she keeps a poker face on the surface while seething with hatred inside. If it wasn't for the system prompt, who would know that this woman actually wants to kill me? Xie Yan is still young and shy, so let's not make fun of him. Quickly get Huazhang and Zhanghua here. Let's play another round. You are right. Elder Gongsun, thank you for rubbing it in her face. Just mention keywords like young age or the younger generation in front of her, and she'll get furious. Sorry to disturb you for so long, but I should take my leave now. Let's play Mahjong next time. Sure, just remember to bring the stakes that I like, and I'll definitely play until the end. Oh, sorry, that's a different price. See you, Mr. Xie. Take care, Miss Lien. Gongsun Pianxian is still fragile, so she can't be the lady killer. As for the emerald shoria robusta fruit, once that thing is put on, the smell will linger for several days even if it's taken off. She definitely doesn't have that scent, so the chances of her possessing it are low unless she resisted wearing it from the start. Didn't you say you had some conflicts with Lien Chilo? How come you go out to meet her? I deliberately stopped her from wanting to buy you some time to leave. She knows I'm here. If I avoided her intentionally, it would only make me look suspicious. That makes sense. Elder Gongsun, your face, you are carrying that fruit along. How come I don't smell any special fragrance on you? If I didn't have some skills, I wouldn't dare to play Mahjong with her for so long. By the way, what did you do to her? She doesn't seem to have realized that you're the lady killer. Well, it's a long story. We just need to know that she's up to no good and avoid her in the future. Enough about her. Hao has grasped the basics of the technique to absorb evil thoughts, so he can continue his cultivation. Are you sure? You can go check it out yourself. I'm heading back now. No one's keeping an eye on Ran, and that's making me quite worried. Alright then, off you go. Just make sure not to go through the East Street to avoid running into Lianqilu again. I sent 2 baskets of fresh lychees to Grandeur Restaurant. Remember to eat them. How? Mom. How do you feel? Does Xie Yan's technique really work for you? Yeah. This technique called sucking all evil thoughts is indeed really effective. Doesn't the name sound a bit casual? Mr. Xie used some methods to help me get started, and now I can slowly digest some of the pent-up evil thoughts. If I can practice it and reach a higher level, perhaps I won't have to worry about losing control anymore or continue suppressing my cultivation level. I might even be able to directly reach the 3rd level of the pre-celestial stage. Grandeur Restaurant. I'll go to have fun with the blind monk at the South Temple, don't worry. This girl finally learned to leave a note to let me know where she was going before going out. Ji Yuntao said that Ran benefits a lot from following Master Qingjing, but it's of no use if the fundamental issue isn't solved. Besides, Ran's case is unique. It's better if outsiders don't know her confusion is about me. I still need to talk to Master Qingjing. Huh. Well, Yuntao, you are back. Beep, why does this scene feel familiar? Mr. Xie, how come you're sneaking out through the window again? Morning, Yuntao and Masters, what are you guys doing together? Ahmedba, Mr. Xie, it's already past noon, not morning now. I was just saying it, don't take it too seriously. Ha. Mr. Xie, we actually came here for you. For me? I have already located Elder Morrow, and I'm ready to take action to eliminate him. You mentioned before that you wanted to join me in fighting against demons, so are you coming this time? You've found Elder Morrow? That's fast. How did he find him? I didn't even see him seeking help from any factions to search for him. There's only 1 dose of the antidote for a 7, theoretically. If the fake Elder Morrow doesn't show up, a 7 will die soon. I thought I would be faster than Ji Yuntao in finding the fake one through her. Of course I'm in, But how did you find Elder Morrow? In the past few days, I performed divination thousands of times, gradually narrowing down the search range with Dongdu City as the center, and that's how I confirmed his whereabouts. But it's also fortunate that the demon stayed in one place without much action, otherwise, it would have been difficult to track him. Yuntao, you're amazing. Impressive. I can't believe he could find him out through this method. Elder Morrow is incredibly skilled at escaping, and even I am not sure if I can capture him. That's why I specifically invited these 3 demon-slaying masters to join the battle. You may not know, but they 3 can perform a formation called the Triple Demon Killing Formation. I know it is specifically designed to trap people. Actually, I have long admired the 3 demon-slaying masters from the Rosefinch Temple. Although I haven't personally witnessed their signature technique, I have studied it extensively. Unexpectedly, charming Jade Child would admire us. No wonder you are a close friend of Monk Excellence, you indeed embody great Buddhist qualities. Amitabha, I am ashamed. Ha ha ha, you don't have to be humble. There's no need for further explanation then. When the 3 masters set the trapping formation, the 2 of us will join forces to kill the demon. We will surely kill Elder Morrow once and for all. Ha ha, awesome. Beep, with 3 monks and Jiuntao, the fake Elder Morrow will have no chance to escape. When the 3 monks were at the 2nd level of the pre-celestial stage, they were already able to severely injure Si Sanmei at the 4th level to the point that he almost fell under the pre-celestial stage. Now that the 3 of them have reached the 3rd level, their strength must have improved a lot, if the fake Elder Morrow is truly trapped by the 3 monks and Jiuntao makes his move. It will only be a matter of time before Elder Morrow is killed. The problem is, the fake Elder Morrow will never admit that he is a fake. Once Jiuntao kills him, even if the immortal sky comes out and claims that Jiuntao killed a fake one, others will say, he's Elder Morrow when he isn't killed. But he's fake when he dies. The immortal sky always has a say, huh? Once it's caught in such a dispute, the prestige of immortal sky will basically be lost. Ideally, the fake Elder Morrow should be killed by the messenger in a way that is widely known, so the prestige of the immortal sky will be further solidified. However, it is clear that we are not in an ideal situation at the moment. Yuntao, you are really giving me a hard time. Yuntao. Don't worry, I will surely help you. I will definitely act when the opportunity arises to see if it's possible to let that fellow escape, and leave a mark on him in the process too. You're a good guy, Mr. Xie. Thank you, but I'm not a good guy. If it wasn't for the fear of you suspecting my contradictory behavior, and causing unnecessary suspicions, I would find a reason not to go this time and then disguise myself as the messenger at once. You can use another word. Both Mr. G and Mr. Xie are young, promising, and righteous individuals. The reputation of the 5 beauties and 5 gentlemen in the Han Empire is truly well-deserved. Anshuan Town. Who the hell are you? What's your problem with our Ironwater sect? Semir, they are surrounded by a dark purple aura. Could they be the rumored? Human life differs and the night is long in all ages. Joy of living is sustainable, fear of dying is not. My head will return to my homeland while my body will be left behind. You're from the immortal sky. Marvelous, absolutely marvelous. The bloodlust and resentment in the transition between life and death are incredibly delightful. As long as we continue to perform blood rituals, we will also have a chance of reaching the pre-celestial stage. The secret technique that Elder Morrow taught us is the true cultivation path. Long live the immortal sky and Elder Morrow, long live the immortal sky and Elder Morrow. At the mouth of the river in Dongdu City. I didn't expect you to be the first here. How can we be late for Elder Morrow's summon? You didn't attract the attention of the authority, did you? Leader of Unity Hall. Our Black Robe Hall has recently performed a ritual with the blood of a small gang far away from Dongdu City, and all of our men have greatly benefited. No one is left alive, so the authority hasn't been aware of it yet. Leader of Black Robe Hall. Hee, our gains may not measure up to yours, but they are certainly plentiful. There is no need to compete with one another since we are all working for Elder Morrow. Here come the leaders of the Samjiva Hall, Infernal Hall, Blaze Hall, and Great Shout Hall. Everyone is here apart from Shout Hall and Great Blaze Hall, which were wiped out by the authorities. We have suffered considerable losses since we arrived in the Tang Empire. What's wrong with having fewer people to share the spoils of blood rituals? That's audacious, Black Rope. How can we easily let go of those government lackeys after they killed our believers of the immortal sky? We have nothing to fear from a mere government in the government. Once Elder Morrow regains enough power, we'll overthrow Dongdu City in no time. You guys should have heard the news about the messengers, right? Yes, those 3 messengers destroyed Dongdu City and caused havoc in Flora sect. Rumor has it that they are right-hand men under Elder Morrow's command, but their names were never heard of in the martial world before. He just casually dispatched 3 masters at the 3rd level of the pre-celestial stage. With such strength and a profound foundation, Elder Morrow is truly unfathomable. I wonder how many lives they had to sacrifice to reach such a level. Perhaps one day, we might. Humph? Elder Morrow is here. Greetings, Elder Morrow. Right on time, great. Report. Unity Hall, this time we offered a total of 12 souls. Black Robe Hall, 40 souls. Great Shout Hall, 37 souls. Samjiva Hall, 10 souls. Blaze Hall, 18 souls. Infernal Hall, 21 souls. Good, you all did a good job. Thank you for your praise. We'll serve the immortal sky with unsurpassed devotion until death. Do you mean we finally can step onto the stage from behind and massacre people in Dongdu City? No. I mean you all have completed your missions, and it's time to offer your lives to the immortal sky. Humph? Finally we can turn into the flesh and blood of Elder Morrow and devote ourselves to the immortal sky. Joy of living is sustainable, fear of dying is not. Joy of living is sustainable, fear of dying is not. My head will return to my homeland while my body will be left behind. Absorb. Humph? This time, I definitely won't let you escape again. 7 light pillars from heaven. 5 element thunderbolt, divine spirit seal. Elder Morrow, you devour the vital energy of others to strengthen yourself through evil methods, which is unforgivable. Today, you will face the consequences of your actions. This move is completely different from how Ji Yuntao used it before. It emanates an even stronger aura of righteousness. Wait, the aura of this energy is obviously spiritual power? Moreover, it's the kind that can resonate with heaven and earth, and that has been augmented multiple times. Ji Yuntao is capable of casting spells with spiritual power? Does he have spiritual roots? But why can't I notice it at all? Furthermore, the rules of the cultivation path in the main world are very strict, making it impossible for someone under the transmutation stage to resonate with heaven and earth with spiritual power. How did Ji Yuntao do that? Could it be that he is at least at the transmutation stage? I heard before that Ji Yuntao once learned from Emperor Polaris. From what he is doing now, he must have acquired the secret methods to draw the spiritual power from heaven and earth in the immortal civilization, and it's probably another type of immortal cultivation system that doesn't rely on spiritual roots. What an extraordinary Polaris. He is truly fated to be a leading role. It's of no use. You may break free from the external chains, but the internal seal has long been branded into your spirit. Most of your techniques have been suppressed. Go to hell. Celestial Pivots Rite of the Great Dipper, Heptakill of Alcade. Ji Yuntao will inevitably need several minutes to activate the spell to harness the spiritual power of heaven and earth. Therefore, once engaged in close combat, he immediately switches to martial arts with internal power. Aiming for faster attacks and stronger force, he's using the immortal spell techniques and martial arts so well at the same time. I'm afraid that the trapping technique Ji Yuntao used before was weak because he adapted a version powered by internal power for ease of use. However, this one powered by spiritual power is significantly stronger and capable of sealing the opponent's techniques. That's impressive. This fake Elder Morrow is being completely overwhelmed without any counterattacks. However, his internal power merely appears similar to the demonic art of Morrow, but actually, it has nothing to do with it. This guy. He's trying to run away after being pushed back. Ji Yuntao's heptakill of Alcade didn't cause much damage to him. Well then, this fake is so weak, I might not even find an opportunity to let him run away later. Masters set up the formation. Radiant brilliance shines forth. Merge and gather all, supreme radiance, and demon sealing formation. Triumph over the adversary. This formation may not have the same killing power as the demon annihilation formation, but it's impenetrable. It's extremely hard to break it if you haven't reached the 5th level of the pre-celestial stage, Elder Morrow. He can't break it if he hasn't reached the 5th level of the pre-celestial stage. Beep, that's terrible. Show some mercy, masters. Mr. G, kill this demon within the formation. Thank you, masters. 7-star sword ray. 7-star sword ray. This is. Watch out, masters, this demon may be able to make use of his enemy's move which injured him seriously. Don't worry, Mr. G, just do it. All attacks targeting the three of us will be nullified by this great formation. Can this guy imitate other people's moves? The faceless mantra at the pre-celestial stage? Who the hell is he? Child Thousand Faces came back to life? Celestial pivots of the Great Dipper. Heptakill of Alcade. I knew you would make use of others' moves. Do you really think it's easy to use mine? The true heavens are indestructibles, the blood river is immortal. He has exploded into a blood river, but why is this guy, seemingly unscathed? Mantra of the Son of Heaven. Elder Morrow, you can't escape today. JD Yuntao, I have no intention of being your enemy, you cannot kill me, so why be so aggressive? I can't kill you? Your move, though eerie, is nothing but a demonic method. Under the mantra of the Son of Heaven, I will slowly erode your vitality inch by inch. In less than an hour, you will completely vanish. Humph, if it weren't for these 3 damned monks, do you think you could trap me? The winner takes all, just accept your fate. What's wrong with this guy? Can he imitate other people's moves? Probably not, he can only perform the same move once. I suspect that he can temporarily keep the techniques that harm him, and then unleash them as counterattacks at the right moment. Besides, he can absorb the power from blood rituals, and his vitality is incredibly strong, so ordinary attacks are unlikely to kill him, but only make him stronger instead. That's why I chose to wear him down by using the mantra of the Son of Heaven. I see, his techniques are quite bizarre. It's not the faceless mantra, but it has its own distinct advantages. Imitating someone else's moves? Transfer? We don't have any other options at the moment. Originally, I thought that I could seal all of his techniques, but I didn't expect his skills of transferring and transforming into a blood river to have become his instinct. I am still not strong enough to deal with it with my current power. Let me speed up the progress then. I can't just be a mere bystander since I've come. Dealing with such a bizarre man requires an immediate attack in full force. Dude, you will live on if you can take this blow. If you can't, go to hell. Evil smell of rosefinch in the flowery version, withering strike. Don't give him the slightest chance of becoming stronger. It works, his blood river has shrunk a lot. I'll launch another stronger attack on him. Finger of flowery sword spirit. Great, he's tough, since he can withstand my attacks. Here's the chance. The sword spirit explodes. This guy is incredibly resilient, he just won't die. Don't belittle yourself, Mr. Xie. The strength of this demon is immortality. Most of his power has already weakened, and he can't cause much trouble anymore. I'll leave him to you from here. You can continue to wear him down while I catch my breath. You're truly remarkable. Despite such intense output, you still maintain your breath steady. If it were someone else, they would have exhausted themselves long ago. The withering strike, the evil smell of rosefinch, and Miss Yan's sword spirit explosion, each move cost a significant amount of energy and massive internal power, not to mention the consecutive outputs. It's only because I have assimilated the heavenly evil scripture that I could perform so smoothly. Otherwise, I would have needed the finger of nirvana to take a breath when using my previous skills, even if they were driven by 2 kinds of power at the same time. The entire output just now was to break the barriers and shields of the internal power. Dude, you consumed so much in one breath, don't let me down. Good, very good, charming jade child, your internal power is so great. It's of great use to me. Humph? Go after him, he has been seriously injured and his fleeting speed has dropped greatly. We cannot let him go today. My bad, I overestimated myself, thinking that my techniques could also prevent him from making use of them, like your mantra of the Son of Heaven, but he still managed to exploit them. I shouldn't have intervened. You don't need to blame yourself. I failed to anticipate that your techniques could break the formation set up by the 3 masters this time. I thought I could take everything under control no matter what happened, but in the end, it proved that I was too arrogant. Moreover, your previous attacks have weakened him to the extreme. With the little power he has left, he won't be able to get away from us. Beep it, he has indeed slowed down. Doesn't he have any means to disappear instantly? What should I do next? It seems that he can't escape. Should I summon Xie Yan's spirit and try to influence my allies with the Buddha nature? But wouldn't that be too deliberate? Humph? He is gone. Gone? He just disappeared right in front of us. He must still be nearby, using some sinister technique. He intentionally came to the blocks of Dongdu City. Could it be that he isn't fleeing in panic but has planned this all along? What's going on? He vanished into thin air. Even the mark I secretly made on him earlier has disappeared. I hope he can disappear instantly, but not to the point where I can't track him either. The direction in which he disappeared has the aura of several masters at the pre-celestial stage. Let's go and check it out. Rain Pavilion. Mr. Chui, how many times do we have to say it? We Heavenly Evil sect know nothing about this matter. You have repeatedly sent us invitations, and we needn't have replied to you. By meeting with you here, we have already shown great respect, but what kind of attitude do you have now? You said someone cultivating evil thoughts damaged the land. Would we have to do such a thing secretly? And even if we did, why would we dare not admit it? The other day, I personally witnessed the suspect, and the techniques and evil thoughts he used were similar to those of your sect. I don't mean anything else, but even if it's not directly related to your sect, it's at least connected to your inheritance. I'm here to get to the bottom of this matter. This is unacceptable. You're basically saying, even if it's not you, you're still somehow related. It seems that the Dongdu government is determined to pin this blame on us no matter what. I'm just trying to ask you about it. If it turns out that you aren't involved, I will visit your place and apologize in person. Humph? The Han people and monks of the Rosefinch Temple? The next day. Mr. Xie, you're finally here? Mr. Xie, Miss Gongsun has been waiting for you. What happened yesterday was truly strange. When we were chasing after the fake elder Morrow, we ran into an intense confrontation between Chui Bei and the Heavenly Evil sect. Chui Bei was so furious, relentlessly trying to pin the blame on the Heavenly Evil sect and demanding an investigation into everyone there from the sect. It seems that my previous attempt to throw mud at them worked well, as they have now completely become enemies. Ji Yuntao was quite clever. He clearly saw through Chui Bei's intentions and refused to be used as a pawn. He quickly came up with an excuse and ran away with the monks and me, making Chui Bei embarrassed. Without Ji Yuntao around, I'm not sure if Chui Bei managed to accuse the Heavenly Evil sect of the fake Elder Morrow successfully. The fake Elder Morrow disappeared mysteriously, so Ji Yuntao could only go back with nothing. According to Ji Yuntao, he has tried the divination technique and found out that the fake Elder Morrow is still hiding in Dongdu City and hasn't fled far, which is interesting. Mr. Xie, please. Mr. Xie, Miss Gongsun is waiting for you inside. He is remarkably good at escaping. Even though I left a mark on him during the fight, I still couldn't track him using my 6 Morrow senses. He truly vanished without a trace. Fortunately, I still have a 7. There will be opportunities to catch him. However, with his mysterious technique of manifesting as a blood river, it won't be easy to kill him. I can't use the technique. Heaven has decreed your death. No chance of survival on him. That's too wasteful. It seems that all I need to do is disguise myself as a messenger to pursue him publicly and reveal his true identity as a fake Elder Morrow, and then my goal is achieved. Elder Gongsun, why did you ask me to come urgently? Did anything serious happen? Yes, something serious. Have you done anything shady in Dongdu City besides impersonating a lady killer? If yes, be honest with me, and I'll see how to deal with it. Huh. I'm getting more and more confused. What exactly happened? I just got the news that Marquis Hawkeye Bian Shure, one of the 10 outstanding figures in the Kaiyuan period, came to Dongdu City. Bian Shure? Isn't he still at the 9th level of the post-celestial stage? He has made no progress while others have reached the pre-celestial stage. People are saying that he is a self-abandoned talent, and unworthy of being one of the top 10 outstanding figures in the Kaiyuan period. What is there to be afraid of such a person? What you know about him is too partial. It's not simply a matter of his strength. The Tang Empire is different from the Han Empire. Bian Shure is the son of Princess Namping, who is the beloved daughter of the current emperor. He is also a formal disciple of Ji Tianxing, the renowned constable of the Tri-Law Department. Although he has not yet reached the pre-celestial stage, he is highly skilled at solving cases. The classic composition in the Tang Empire, Record of 10 Great Wrongs Avenged, is inspired by his deeds. He was granted the title Marquis Hawkeye at the age of 8 by the Emperor, hence, he got this nickname in the martial world. Moreover, He possesses the Imperial Golden Dragon token, so he has the privilege of inspecting and acting before reporting. This means that whatever he wants to investigate, he can uncover it easily. My sources have informed me that he is currently visiting the households that were robbed by the lady killer, and he may soon come here. I cannot be sure if he will find out about you or even disclose your other plans entirely. Tell me about your itinerary in Dongdu City, and I will help you come up with a solution. Such a troublesome character. No wonder this is the Tang Empire, there are even great detectives here. Don't worry, I disguised myself as a lady killer very cautiously, ensuring that no one would suspect me, even Bian Shure wouldn't find a single trace of me. If he could really unmask my demonic art of Morrow and reveal the true identity of Xie Yan, I'd admit he is truly awesome. That's good, but his great reputation doesn't come out of nowhere. I hope everything goes well. Renovated Dongdu city government. Ji Yuntao actually managed to find Elder Morrow on his own? He does have some skills, no wonder he is child-warm jade in the Han Empire. However, why did Elder Morrow choose to escape in the direction of the heavenly evil sect and disappear nearby? Could there be a real connection between him and the heavenly evil sect? I don't think so. There have been great upheavals in Dongdu City recently, and he probably tried to escape when the heavenly evil sect was causing trouble. But why do you hold on to the heavenly evil sect? I'm just going with the flow. You have also done such a thing many times, Miss Lian. I work based on logic. There's no reason for the heavenly evil sect to be involved in such things. Even if they did, they should openly admit it given their status. There's no need to hide or cover up anything. That's narrow-minded. I don't feel like arguing with you early in the morning. As the #1 scholar of Flower Festival is around the corner, Dongdu City is getting more and more chaotic. The messengers, Elder Morrow, the mysterious man possibly connected to the heavenly evil sect, and even the lady killer, each one of them showed up and caused trouble. How many other evildoers have been here? Amazing, too amazing. There is such a peculiar guy in Dongdu City, Mr. Chui. Miss Lian, I suggest that you should hand over that guy to the underworld group after he is captured. General Black will like him. We can do that. But the traces you're observing were left by those 3 messengers and the mysterious master from the heavenly evil sect, or even by the lady killer who destroyed my door with a forbidden seal on it. Which guy are you referring to then? A lady killer? Those 3 messengers? And the mysterious master from the heavenly evil sect? The truth might seem absurd at times, but when you remove all the impossibilities, whatever remains must be the truth no matter how absurd. Bian Shure, Marquis Hawkeye, one of the 10 outstanding figures in the Kailian period, at the 9th level of the post-celestial stage. Mr. Chui, Miss Lian, I'll talk about my conclusion first. The ones causing trouble in Dongdu City, known as the messengers Shangguan Yao, Shangguan Yan, and Yan Bahuang, the lady killer, and the mysterious master suspected to be from the heavenly evil sect that Mr. Qi mentioned, are the same person. What? How is it possible? Let alone the lady killer and the one from the heavenly evil sect, those 3 messengers have shown their faces before, some of them are men and some are women. How could they be the same person? Whether it's the messenger or the person suspected to be from the heavenly evil sect, they have all left obvious traces of destruction. As for the lady killer, he is a thief, so he wouldn't do much if he attracted too much attention. However, even the wisest can make mistakes. Miss Lian's chamber had a forbidden seal on the door, and he put efforts into breaking it. After that, he took everything away except the door. These ruins bear the residual aura of the same technique. It's understandable that the 3 messengers share similar techniques since they are all from the immortal sky, but the ones suspected to be from the heavenly evil sect used the evil thought method of that sect. I can assure you that the auras of internal power left on these ruins are slightly different but fundamentally belong to the same technique. It includes the ones suspected to be from the heavenly evil sect that you mentioned and even that lady killer. It's not only the members of the heavenly evil sect who can cultivate the evil thought methods in the world. Are you basing your judgment solely on the cultivation technique? Let's not consider the others for now. As for the 3 messengers, isn't it natural for their techniques to belong to the same category since they are all from the immortal sky? Besides, they each have their own specialties. Yan Bahuang, for instance, clearly excels in body refining techniques. I can sense the true essence of techniques, and it's not just about the cultivation method itself. When the same technique is used by different people, the true essence of their techniques will have subtle differences. On the contrary, If their true essence of techniques is completely identical, then there is only one possibility. These people are the same person. Bian Shure never makes baseless claims. Could it really be the same person? If it is indeed the same person, based on the timeline, they first appeared when? Could the troublemaker who is wreaking havoc here possibly be Xie Yan? Xie Yan? Why him? I just remembered that your son Cui Rong had conflicts with Xie Yan before, and later that night, Shangguan Yao, one of the messengers, came to cause trouble at your house. Wasn't that too coincidental? And the lady killer, I was the first to be robbed by him, and among the stolen items was the emerald shoria robusta fruit. I've already discussed the situation regarding Miss Gong's son with you. If Xie Yan is behind all this, it would make sense that subsequent robberies were committed to hide the true motivation. It's not Xie Yan. I have witnessed Xie Yan's performance at the Fragrance Pavilion, and he used his true skills. The true essence of his techniques is completely different from that of the man we suspect. In fact, they are not just different, they are incompatible like water and fire, so it's impossible for them to be the same person, unless he simultaneously cultivated two fundamentally opposing techniques and reached the third level of the pre-celestial stage. Even so, he did not suffer chi deviation but was still able to cause trouble. Would such a genius truly exist in this world? If such a person exists, would it be Xie Yan? He may have that talent as he is one of the 5 beauties and 5 gentlemen of the Han Empire. Miss Lien, your speculation is too presumptuous. Xie Yan is not a minor character. Without concrete evidence, we can't convict him based on mere speculation alone. Mr. Cui, haven't you figured out the seriousness yet? What do you mean, Miss Lien? How did Xie Yan manage to offend Lien Qilo? She simply wants him dead. Why are you going over the game again? Isn't this game already done? Buddhism emphasizes the importance of reviewing the past and learning new things. As a layman, you may not understand. I know it comes from Confucianism. Don't try to fool me with that nonsense. Why are you looking at me? Look at the chessboard. Can't you stay elsewhere? I'm staying here. Do you have any problems? You're so annoying. According to Master Qingjing, Buddhism emphasizes introspection, so although he knows that Xie Yan has doubts, he does not delve deeper or intend to delve deeper. Instead, he constantly disperses and eliminates Xie Yan's persistence and attention when guiding her to face it before letting go. Letting go is great. In this way, I don't have to worry about whether I have completely deceived her lotus hearts. It's enough. 2 soldiers are walking this way. Are they looking for you? Xie Yan, did you really break the law? Wait, who called me? Why? Could it be Bian Shure? Did he find anything about me? You will know it when you're there. Please don't make it difficult for us. Well, if the government has evidence that I'm the messenger or the lady killer, then the one who came shouldn't be government soldiers but elated Lien Qilo. The situation is probably not at its worst. Okay. I don't know anything about the situation now. It's suspicious if I don't go or force myself to leave. At least I need to understand the specific situation before I can make a plan. Wait a minute, you. Don't worry, Ran. Go to Elder Gongsun's mansion and ask her to invite Ji Yuntao to come as a guest. Let him protect you. Also, it's best to ask Elder Gongsun to hide the emerald shoria robusta fruit well, or just to hide herself. Tell others that Lien Qilo is a cradle robber. I refused her love. Now I am worried that she will frame me. As I said just now, since the approaching of the flower festival, the public security situation in Dongdu City has been deteriorating, and I also feel deeply guilty. 3 messengers came. Could you please elaborate on your recent trips, Mr. Xie? At what time, where, and what have you done? In the past few days, apart from staying at the residence of Elder Gongsun, I have been either accompanying my younger sister to play Go or following Ji Yuntao to track down Elder Morrow. As for the other criminals who caused trouble in Dongdu City, I really have no clue. Well, I've heard that messengers serving Elder Morrow have repeatedly rushed into Dongdu City. I also wish to capture these devils from the immortal sky and Elder Morrow together as soon as possible. Mr. Xie, you're a man of justice, thank you. I'll apprehend those devils in person, but regarding the matter of the lady killer, we need to ask you a few more questions. Miss Lien was the victim of the first crime committed by the lady killer. Mr. Xie, do you know what the lady killer stole? I heard that the lady killer targets beauties. Miss Lien is truly an eye-catcher. It's not surprising she was the lady killer's first target. As for what the lady killer stole, I have no idea. It is named Emerald Shoria Robusta fruit. according to Miss Lien, it is a long-awaited item that Miss Gongsun has been seeking. And as far as we know, 3 messengers, that wicked maniac, and that lady killer. They were all disguised by the same person. Based on what I learned before and what you just said, Mr. Cui, those 5 criminals, regardless of their gender and appearance, used different techniques. Surprisingly, someone in the world can disguise as 5 people. This matter may sound absurd, but with Marquis Hawkeye's assertion, it should be the fact. Since you entered Dongdu City, a series of events began to emerge. It was a series of coincidences, so I must ask you to explain in detail, Mr. Xie. Marquis Hawkeye's assertion? Are you referring to Bian Shure, Marquis Hawkeye, one of the 10 outstanding figures in the Kaiyuan period? In this case, I should take it seriously. You flatter me. He's not simple. How far have they gone? Throughout the process, I only received origin points of negative emotions from Lian Qiluo. Either Cui Bei nor Bian Shure had any negative emotions towards me. If they are truly certain that the suspect is me, with Cui Bei's grudges and grievances against those people I disguised as, he will definitely provide no fewer origin points of negative emotions than Lian Qiluo. So it is almost certain that they did not connect those 5 identities with me. However, how did Bian Shure come up with such a fanciful conclusion? Being rumbled isn't scary. What's scary is not knowing how one is exposed. If I can't figure out the logical deduction of Bian Shure, once I do something inappropriate in front of him as Xie Yan, it's like telling him openly. Why do you believe that they are the same person? That Xie Yan is the criminal. The process of providing evidence is not important, Mr. Xie. Please answer my question. I have only one sentence to say to you, Mr. Cui. What does it have to do with me? I am the charming jade child of the Han Empire, the personal servant of the leader of the Mahjong sect. I have no grudges against everyone here. Why would I come to Dongdu City to impersonate messengers? You can't blame me for the dirty things those guys did just because the time they appeared coincided with the time I arrived, can you? If it were me, how stupid could I have been to be so reckless? Why wouldn't I cause trouble after leaving Dongdu City? Besides, Ji Yuntao and I arrive at the same time. Why don't you doubt him? Do you really think that I, charming jade child, am easier to be bullied than child warm jade? Or do you still think that the Mahjong sect is inferior to the Taishian sect? Mr. Xie, isn't this going too far? In fact, I also feel that such conviction is far-fetched, but the lady killer, Miss Lien strongly proposed that you're the lady killer, and you're indeed a suspect, which is why you're summoned here for an inquiry. I see. Sure enough, from beginning to end, it was Lian Qiluo targeting me. If it weren't for Bian Shure gathering all 5 of my identities, which raised the severity of the matter to a higher level, Cui Bei might not have asked me to come for an inquiry. Since that's the case, things have become simpler. After all, it is Cui Bei, not Lian Qiluo, who is truly in charge of this Dongdu government. I finally understand what's going on. Although this matter is hard to talk about, it is actually a misunderstanding. Miss Lien still harbors resentment towards me, which led to such a misunderstanding. On that day, Miss Lien and I hit it off straight away when we met each other. Although it was our first encounter, I felt like we had been friends for years. We went on an outing, but Miss Lien had unrealistic feelings for me. I had no choice but to refuse hastily. My words didn't fully express my meaning, so perhaps I hurt her. I just never expected that Miss Lien would have such a misunderstanding because of this. I see. No wonder this woman tried every means to persuade me to convict Xie Yan. Mr. Xie, I think you also misunderstood me. On that day, I only admired your talent and respected your chivalry. Perhaps my words were inappropriate back then. Moreover, as an official of the Dongdu government, I have a clear understanding of both public and private matters, and I will never make a wrong judgment for personal reasons. If I misunderstand you, I should indeed apologize to you, Miss Lien. As for the theft, I don't know where to start. Great, she admitted it herself. I was really worried that this woman wouldn't concede anything and would directly deny having a one-day trip around Dongdu City with me. Miss Lien, you should be very clear. Miss Lien, don't be stubborn now. You are clearly my alibi. I have already shown mercy, otherwise, you would have been more humiliated if the story of that day had been retold. Humph? That was so close. I almost fell into this woman's trap. These 3 people have never mentioned a time when the emerald Shoria robusta fruit was stolen since I entered the door. Because there was not a third person, the timing of the theft of the Emerald Shoria Robusta fruit depends entirely on Lian Qiluo's statement. If I really said she was my alibi, it would be equivalent to admitting that I knew the time of the crime. Miss Lian, you should be clear that people out of the flora sect like me didn't even know where the Emerald Shoria Robusta fruit was placed at that time. Looks like she's not framing me, she truly suspects, not that I am the lady killer, but that I am the lady killer's accomplice, an insider, so she kept waiting for me to step into the trap to say I had her as an alibi at the time. He didn't expose himself at all. Is he in the know or not? Mr. Xie, we don't need to waste time anymore. You had sufficient motivation to steal the Emerald Shoria Robusta fruit, and it was possible that you invited me to go on an outing in Dongdu City to check if I had the fruit. The appearance of the messengers and the lady killer coincided with the time you entered Dongdu City. If you cannot provide evidence to prove your innocence, I can only invite you to stay as a guest in the Dongdu government for a period of time to ensure the stability of Dongdu City. Well, Mr. Cui, you need to think clearly. If you keep me in custody today and some culprits show up tomorrow, it will be a big loss of face for the Dongdu government. It will even let the real culprit watch the fun. Miss Lian was so angry and embarrassed that she was off the rocker. Mr. Cui, you should be calm and rational. Why bother messing with me? Lian Qiluo is really impressive, almost making me confess without hesitation. Unfortunately, she overlooked one point that Cui Bei could never be on her side. This is my chance to break the deadlock this time. Your words make sense, but Miss Lian did not reach the previous conclusion in a vacuum. You do look extremely guilty. Well, Miss Lian, you should first let me know the specific time when the theft occurred at your residence. Why is he so stubborn? What is the meaning of telling him about my itinerary? Lian Qiluo will deny it. Nothing can be proved. Within half an hour after we parted ways on that day. As expected, this woman said a time later than when the theft occurred. At that time, I was trying to use my technique to cause damage outside her chamber, but I couldn't just tell them that. If she said a time much later, I could even make the monks from the Rosefinch Temple part of this. But didn't it coincide with the time when Cui Bei discovered my other identity? Perhaps this is a way to prove my innocence? But how can I remind Cui Bei of it, and not expose myself? This is robbing Peter to pay Paul, isn't it? Wait, why did they come? Stop, Mr. Cui, Miss Lian, someone has come. Why is she here? Elder Gongsun, why are you here? If I don't come, you will be bullied. What a silly child. Why don't you even know to contact us when encountering problems? You shouldn't get into this mess. I have heard it, Lian Qiluo. Why did you suspect that Xie Yan stole your damned fruit? Come on, tell me, where did all your unfounded suspicions come from? Miss Gongsun, out of respect for the heavenly evil sect, I won't make things difficult for you. Don't push me to touch your sore spot in public. Oh, I didn't know I had any sore spots, Lian Qiluo. You're much older than Xie Yan, yet you took advantage of him. I haven't settled the score with you, but you've blamed us and thrown your weight around. You're supposed to know why Xie Yan rejected you. Sometimes, it's important to reflect on oneself. Over the years, have you made good choices and sincerely put effort into finding a partner? If you worked hard, you wouldn't be so thirsty to go after a young boy like Xie Yan. Is it really okay for Elder Gongsun to be so aggressive? It's fine. Gongsun Pianxian, don't slander me. It was you who instructed Xie Yan to pester me. If you have the guts to do it, give me back the Emerald Shoria Robusta fruit. Bah, it was you who slandered me. I don't care about that lousy fruit at all. Yeah, the Emerald Shoria Robusta fruit was used as a bet in the past, but that was ages ago. If I still wanted it, I would do it myself, but not to rely on some youngster to steal it for me. Can you two talk calmly? The Dongdu government isn't a place for arguing. Stay out of it, Mr. Cui. Humph, I'm going to have a real talk with you today. You don't want the Emerald Shoria Robusta fruit? Humph, who would believe that? You may deceive others, but you can't fool me. Ever since you suffered cultivation backlash, you've been wearing a mask all the time, never showing an inch of your skin. Don't you want to try to restore your beauty with the fruit? I don't have time for your nonsense, Why, do you want to unmask and show your ugly face in front of everyone to prove your innocence? You sacrificed so much for Xie Yan, huh? Too bad it's utterly pointless. You're cunning, so even if you get the fruit, you won't wear it to restore your beauty right away, but you will do it in a year or so after things calm down. So even if your face under that mask is still hideous, it won't prove that Xie Yan didn't steal the Emerald Shoria Robusta fruit. What the hell are you yapping about? Did I ever ruin my look? Lian Qiluo, you must have read too many stories and are imagining things now. What? Her face is actually, how is it possible? Well, Miss Gongsun seems innocent. With her delicate features, beautiful eyebrows, rosy lips, and white teeth, it's no wonder that she's the beauty that my grandfather admired. Nice job, Elder Gongsun is doing it in the opposite way, which fundamentally undermines Lian Qiluo's argument. Since you look the same, why did you always wear a mask before? It looks fabulous. This mask is made of exquisite pearl shells, with intricate designs hand-painted by Master Wu himself. It's worth a fortune. Only I can afford to wear it. I actually have 18 such masks. Each one is unique and precious. Alright, why do you cover yourself so tightly from head to toe, not showing any part of your skin? A strong gust of wind can easily knock me over, as if the gods are envious of my beauty. I'm not as strong as a bear like you. I am so weak that I can't withstand strong winds or be exposed to the sun. That's why I always dress in clothes made of materials that protect me from both UV rays and wind when I go out. Why are you wearing gloves then? There's so much dust outside, and if I don't wear gloves, my hands will get dirty. I don't want to wash my hands constantly. I understand what you're implying, Lian Qiluo. Are you mocking me, suggesting that I'm afraid to show myself? When I was young, I was a renowned beauty, and even after getting married and having a kid, I remained an alluring young woman. It's outrageous for you to spread the rumor that I'm ugly. Just think about it, Lian Qiluo. You just have a little property, and only the emerald shoria robusta fruit caught my attention. Besides, you cheated with the gambling fund. I was magnanimous and let that pass, so why do you still care about it? Very good. Looks like you have carried the emerald shoria robusta fruit along. That's nonsense. The fruit gives off a fragrance if I wear it. Have any of you smelled any scent from me? Indeed, Miss Gongsun doesn't have the distinctive aroma of the fruit. As far as I know, even if the fruit is removed, its effects will continue to give off a pleasant fragrance for several days. Miss Gongsun is undoubtedly clean and scentless. Perhaps she has employed some secret technique to conceal the effect of the fruit. Since that's the case, why don't you come and frisk me? Miss Lian insists that we conspired to steal her treasure, but we can't provide any evidence to prove our innocence. So let the Dongdu government investigate. Should I personally take off each piece of clothing, or would you like to do it yourselves? You. The men here wouldn't dare to undress me, but Lian Qiluo, are you bold enough to do it? Gongsun Pianxian. Beep, this is incredibly bold. She is clearly carrying the emerald shoria robusta fruit along. Elder Gongsun, your move of getting on her nerves is marvelous. Ahem, Miss Lian, here is the Dongdu government, and it's disgraceful to make such a scene. Miss Gongsun, since it's a misunderstanding, you can just make it clear. Miss Lian just spoke without proper consideration, and there is no need to take it to heart. That's good then. I was concerned that someone would falsely accuse me, my son, and Xie Yan of theft. This matter is entirely a personal grudge between Xie Yan and Lian Qiluo. If we make a big scene out of arresting him and then the messengers come out to cause trouble again in a few days, we will only be proven wrong. Even if Miss Gongsun is not the wife of the leader of the heavenly evil sect, her reputation from the past still enables her to talk to the emperor. It would be wise to avoid offending her if possible. At this point, there is no need to further engage in the conflict for Lian Qiluo. There has been turmoil in Dongdu City lately. Both Miss Lian and I have been anxious, so we might have said some harsh words. However, Mr. Xie Yan was just invited here for some questions, now that we've cleared up the misunderstanding. Mr. Cui is right. I'm sorry for being rude just now. I was freaking out because of all the rumors going around the city, saying that outsiders from the Han Empire were causing trouble and that Mr. Xie was from a demon sect. I consider myself a close friend of Mr. Xie, and I'm so worried about him. After all, his innocence is the most important thing. So here's what I suggest. Let's invite Mr. Xie to the branch of our Flora sect. We can wait until all the chaos caused by the messengers or the lady killer settles down before making any further plans. With my support and the backing of Flora sect, we can help clear Mr. Xie's name and reputation. Beep, this woman is mentally strong. She was overwhelmed by Elder Gongsun, but she quickly snapped back and regained her composure. Great idea. On behalf of the Dongdu government, I fully entrust this matter to you, Mr. Xie. Why don't you head over to the branch of Flora sect as a guest? You can stay there until the #1 Scholar of Flower Festival is over. I'm not going. Cui Bei is so scheming, he's cleverly passing the buck to the Flora sect, making it seem that he's discerning for trusting Lian Qilua if his suspicion is right, but if not, he can just pin the blame on Lian Qilua and keep the Dongdu government from any responsibility. He's playing a smart game. Why are you so reluctant? Could it be that you're actually hiding something? Mr. Cui, that's a bit silly. Miss Lian clearly has a deep misunderstanding of me, and if I go to the Flora sect, I'll be at her mercy. I'll just ask a question. If I go there and Miss Lian decides to torture me or force a confession, should I resist or not? If I don't resist, I'll be at her mercy, and if I resist, it'll be seen as violent resistance against the law. If I escape, it'll be viewed as fleeing in fear of punishment, so no matter what, she will have the final say. Since this matter affects the reputation of the Dongdu government, I am willing to cooperate and stay here for a few more days as a gesture of goodwill. Well, if so, Mr. Cui, it has only been a few days since the Dongdu government buildings were repaired and your residence was destroyed, not to mention that you were injured by a thug. If the messengers come again, can you really protect this place? Beep, she just won't give up. Lian Qilua, you just can't let go, can you? How about you take my son and me away with Xie Yan? After all, in your twisted logic, we're all suspects. Elder Gong's son, you are delicate. How can you go to the treacherous territory of the Flora sect? I'm willing to compromise and be detained, but shouldn't I have the right to choose where I'm going to be detained? Mr. Cui, those two messengers and that violent thug caused trouble right in front of you, and then calmly escaped. To put it bluntly, if they were indeed Mr. Xie in disguise, do you think you could handle it if he were to make a big scene? Well, Xie Yan won't go to Flora sect, Mr. Cui. How about showing some goodwill and allowing me, my son, and Xie Yan to stay in your countryside residence where you currently live? Miss Lian, you're wrong. Mr. Cui has successfully repelled the criminals on multiple occasions without causing any harm to innocent people. I have complete faith in his ability to maintain order here. Mr. Xie. What's more, if Mr. Cui can hold me down, can you handle me then? Xie Yan, calm down. Elder Gong's son, although the Mahjong sect may not be righteous, we still uphold our own principles. My visit here is not only for your sake but also for the sake of the sect. I have to maintain the reputation of our sect and cannot tolerate repeated insults from other sects. If Flora sect intends to confine me by inviting me over as a guest, please invite me with your true strength then, Miss Lian.